Breaking news at 5 tonight on ABC 17 News. We have just minutes ago discovered a newly filed wrongful death lawsuit in the Carl DeBrody case.
Yeah, it's the first accusations to be filed as part of this legal case since the Fulton man was found encased in concrete in a storage unit back in April. DeBrody's biological mother and aunt filed at least part of the guardian estate, and his mother filed the lawsuit last week. It names several people, including 2 women who ran Second Chance Group Home and the Callaway County Public Administrator. Second Chance is the facility responsible for taking care of DeBrody, who was developmentally disabled and living at the home before his death.
ABC 17 News has just moments ago picked up the 43-page lawsuit. We'll be combing through what exactly it alleges tonight, and we'll update you on air and on ABC17news.com as we do learn more. Also breaking tonight, Columbia police have just within the past 90 minutes said they've made an arrest in an attempted kidnapping. Detectives have arrested Anthony Roll around noon on charges of felonious restraint, kidnapping, and assault.
ABC 17's Sarah Massler-Donar joins us live now from Central Columbia, where friends of the victim posted flyers warning about the incident.
Yeah, Lucas, I found several around Central Columbia when I was driving today, so I'm here with this one right now. They say predator alert, women be aware, and it warns of the description of the man and the car. Now, the first flyer that we saw was on Saturday at a local movie theater, so most likely these flyers warning about the abductor were most likely up all weekend before police released any details about the incident. Police say the victim positively identified Anthony Todd Rowell as the man who she says tried to kidnap her last Thursday night on North Greenwood Avenue. She said he spoke to her before grabbing her hair and pulling her towards the window of a gold Honda minivan. Today, Columbia detectives say they were able to confirm Rowell owned a vehicle matching the victim's description. Yesterday, viewers took to Facebook to ask why police didn't release information on this attempted abduction when it happened last week. Just a few hours after ABC 17 News asked police about the incident, they released the details. So I asked the Columbia Police Department the questions that the viewers and we wanted to know. Why didn't the police release any information when the incident happened, and why they wait till Monday afternoon? In just the past half hour, I got the following statement from Officer Letitia Bruns. She's the spokesperson for the Columbia Police Department. She said, while public safety is certainly always our highest priority, sometimes it can be difficult to balance the need to notify the public with the time detectives need to locate and arrest a suspect. As always, we released the information when we felt it was appropriate. Reporting live here in Columbia, Sarah Massler-Donar, ABC 17 News.
All right, Sarah, thank you. And we did check, and Roll has not been charged. The armed security guard that killed a man at a Columbia Waffle House failed a shooting test 4 times before getting his license. Lucas actually uncovered the new details today after submitting a records request. And Lucas, the test took place in October.
Yeah, Ashley, the records I have show that Robert Moses Sr. failed the shooting portion of the armed guard license test 4 times before finally passing it. Now, the 4 failures came with the 9mm handgun, but he eventually succeeded the test with a .45 caliber gun. The shooting victim's family, Anthony Warren, sued Moses and his employer, Signal 88 Security, for the killing on New Year's Day. They claim Moses acted negligently when he fired. Now, the guard told Columbia police that he feared for his safety after he broke up a gunfight between 2 different men. Now, armed security guards in the city have to pass a written test and a test at a firing range. And they can only carry the gun that they pass the test with at that range. Moses passed the written test in 2017 with a 78%. Now, Moses still does not face any criminal charges for the incident at the Waffle House. Signal 88 is also named in that lawsuit.
Lucas, thanks. 2 men involved in the original gunfight at the Waffle House do face charges, including felony murder.
Well, today was a little warmer. It's turning breezy, too, this evening as winds are picking up a little bit, and temperatures are going to only be warm briefly, giving us a mild end to January. Tomorrow looks very nice, but we do have that cold air returning, not only the end of this week, but Arctic air moves in by Sunday, and it's going to be bitterly cold by Sunday night. We also still have a slight chance we'll see some rain or snow this upcoming weekend. So I'll be talking about all these things coming up in this weather and my next one in 10 minutes. Right now, though, temperatures are in the lower 40s. We have 41 degrees at Columbia right now, 44 at Jefferson City. Still some upper 30s in our northeast counties, but it is an improvement from what we had yesterday. Temperatures, as expected, did climb, and we have a beautiful sunset in progress as we have some high clouds moving in. Looks like we're going to have a lot of colors in that sunset this evening. Temperatures are going to hold steady tonight. They drop through the 30s this evening, and then they hold in those mid to upper 30s a good chunk of the night because of the wind. The wind is going to continue to pick up a little bit, and it'll be quite steady this evening and overnight, generating wind chills in the 20s. And you can see that at times those winds, and right here these bars represent sustained winds, while these are gusts. They are going to gust this evening, the highest right around 10 o'clock tonight, almost to 30 miles an hour. So with that, we'll see the temperatures in the 30s, feeling more like the 20s tonight because of those gusty winds, but the winds will die down toward morning, and tomorrow is not going to be as windy and a very nice day. Here for the end of January, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s, well above average, with 56 Columbia to 59 at the Lake of the Ozarks. And again, that wind dying down, and then it'll start to shift directions to the west-northwest tomorrow evening as a cold front comes in. Now, that front's going to deposit some colder air for Thursday and Friday. And then after we warm up a little bit on Saturday, we're right back down into those 20s on Sunday. We do still have a chance we'll see a little bit of rain or snow Saturday. That system moving through fast, so I see little to no accumulation with that. There's a second wave coming in behind that one for Sunday, and that could bring some very minor accumulation. We're still watching that one, but it's also moving fast. But look at these temperatures. 24 degrees Sunday, that's the high temperature. Should be closer to our low this time of year. So you can see that we've got some pretty cold days ahead, including Monday with a high only near 30.
And we're going to show you a live look at the White House right now as President Trump prepares to deliver his first State of the Union address. We're less than 3 hours away right now from the speech, where the president will likely talk about economic growth and tax reform under his leadership. Immigration will also more than likely come up as President Trump sets the tone for his second year in office.
ABC 17 News will air the President's State of the Union address tonight live here on KMIZ and over on KQFX. You can watch it live on those channels tonight at 8 p.m. Hickman High School needs a new football coach. Trevor Rubley has resigned after just 1 year on the job. ABC 17 Sports Director Andrew Kaufman joins us. Andrew, you have just got new details on why he's stepping down.
Hickman Athletic Director J.D. Kaufman tells me Trevor Rubley resigned due to personal reasons. Kaufman tells me Rubley will continue teaching at the high school until the end of this school year. Rubley's one and only season at Hickman as a head coach did not go so well for the team, going 1-8. The Cupies lost in the first round of the playoffs. Hickman now searching for its fourth coach since June of 2016. That's when longtime head coach Arnell Monroe suddenly passed away from a heart attack. Kaufman tells me the search for a new football coach is already underway. The school has posted the position online.
All right, thank you. Andrew. Hickman has won just 3 games in the past 4 years.
In a crime alert tonight, we have new surveillance video of an armed break-in at a Jefferson City business. It happened around 8:30 Saturday night at the Cherry Hill Dental office on Country Club Drive. A doctor says the man went into the office armed with a sword and took a cash box and highlighters. You can see the surveillance on your screen. The doctors say there was no damage done, but says the suspect made off with about $70. The office says the police are investigating but have not made any arrest. Tonight, no one is in custody after an armed man reportedly tried to break into an apartment and shot a gun in northeast Columbia. Police say they got several calls around 7 last night reporting gunshots in the 1500 block of Sylvan Lane. Officers say the female victim answered a knock to her door, then struggled with a man trying to get into her house. The suspect allegedly fired several shots, but the victim was able to get away unharmed.
Police now say it was 3 teens who robbed a man at gunpoint in north central Columbia. It happened near Worley and Providence last night. Police say these 2 teens were involved and an unnamed 16-year-old. Court documents say 2 of the suspects came up to the passenger side of the victim's car. A 3rd person then opened his door, pointed a gun at him, and demanded his belongings. The victim says he chased the teens after they took bags from his car. That's when Fisher reportedly turned around and shot at him. Police say they later found the teens with the victim's stolen items. Fisher and McTighe are already charged. Tonight, investigators are working to find out what ignited a natural cover fire in Moberly. This is video our crews got of the fire on Business 63 in South Morley. It apparently stretched for 7 miles along the train tracks, but is now out. Firefighters say dry and windy conditions made the fire more difficult to control.
We need to let everybody know it's still dry with this weather going on. They need to be cautious on what they're doing with these high winds.
Firefighters suspect a train likely ignited the fire.
Missouri's lieutenant governor wants a bigger budget so he can hire legal help and a personal driver. Mike Parson says he needs an extra $50,000 for a driver to take him on state business trips. He says he visited 150 Missouri destinations last year and was reimbursed $4,622 for his travels. Parson's salary is the lowest of all statewide elected officials. Students and staff at Lincoln University can now ride Jefferson City's transit system for free. They'll have unlimited access to JeffTrans routes for the rest of the semester, 5 of which stops right by the university's campus. The transit division director says this will help students get to shopping, entertainment, and jobs off campus. It's also expected to help with any parking issues. Students and staff just need to show the transit driver their Lincoln ID to get a free ride.
Coming up on ABC 17 News at 5, where the news comes first.
The Hawaiian employee who mistakenly sent out a missile alert warning reportedly thought the threat was real. Coming up, hear what the FCC says led up to the confusion.
Also new at 6 tonight, police say comments from one student in Jefferson City turned into threats on social media. We'll show you how police handled the case coming up on ABC 17 News at 6.
We have new details out tonight. That alert mistakenly sent out in Hawaii, warning of an incoming missile. Just hours ago, state leaders confirmed Hawaii's emergency management leader has resigned. The worker who sent the alert in air is also now fired.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look. This is the message people in Hawaii got earlier this month. Could you imagine what you would think if you saw this? It obviously caused widespread panic and wasn't corrected for more than half an hour. Today, the FCC said the employee who sent the alert thought it was an actual attack and it was imminent. He apparently thought a drill was real, then sent the alert without sign-off from a supervisor. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is ordering a criminal probe into whether some of Larry Nassar's victims were abused at a Texas ranch. The ranch was ground training for U.S. women's gymnastics. Several gymnasts have said Nassar abused them at that ranch. The state's top law enforcement unit, known as the Texas Rangers, will lead the investigation into those claims. Nassar was sentenced up to 175 years in prison last week for molesting more than 150 women and girls under the guise of medical treatment.
The White House is saying it's not yet releasing a classified memo about the Russia investigation. That memo accuses the FBI and Justice Department of surveillance misconduct. The House Intelligence Committee voted to release the memo yesterday, but a White House spokeswoman says the president's legal and national security teams have to look over the document first.
U.S. Treasury Secretary says a report his office released will lead to new sanctions against Russia. The so-called Putin list is meant to put pressure on the Russian president after alleged meddling in the 2016 election. It exposes political and business leaders who have gained power or wealth through association with Vladimir Putin. More than 200 people are on the list. It's unclear what sanctions could follow.
Well, we can put those heavy coats away for at least another day as this moves in. This warmer air is for the end of January, but keep them handy. We've got some much colder air on the horizon. I'll show you these changes into the weekend and more about that lunar eclipse in the morning coming up. Well, as we head into tonight, the moon is rising at 4:44, and it is our full moon, the wolf moon of January. This one is a little more special because it does have several things going for it. First of all, it's the second full moon this month, so we call it a blue moon. Also, it's a little bit larger and slightly brighter. Not a lot, but just a little bit. It's a super moon because it's closer to Earth during perigee now. And also, it is going to pass through the Earth's darkest shadow, which is going to make it look a dark red color in the morning. So we call that the blood moon. So all these things are coming into occurrence tonight, in the early morning hours, actually tomorrow. Now, as we talk about this eclipse, it is going to begin, the partial lunar eclipse begins at 5:48 in the morning, and then we'll see that Earth shadow going over the entire moon, which will make it look that dark red color. And totality is what we call that. It starts at 6:51, and this is all going to be taking place low in the western horizon because the moon will be setting as this is occurring. Notice we have totality at 6:51 with the moon setting at 7:18, just as you turn around and look to the east and see the sun rising at 7:16. Unfortunately, we are going to have some clouds around in the morning. It is going to be partially cloudy, and those temperatures not too bad though, in the upper 30s. So just take a glance at the moon, you might see some of that eclipse. Outside right now, it's beautiful. We have a nice sunset in progress, and temperatures are in the low to mid 40s. The winds are going to continue to increase this evening and be gusty up to 30 miles an hour, and then they die down by morning. They start to come back down. So that'll keep our temperatures nearly steady tonight, near 36 degrees, climbing to near 39 by morning. And look at those 50s tomorrow. It's going to be a mild end of January. We'll have a partly sunny sky tomorrow and not as windy, so a great day to get outdoors. Temperatures plummet though as we head into the weekend. We're going to see the slight warming Saturday, but look at this. That Arctic air returns by Sunday. That's a high temperature, 24 degrees Sunday. Also, we have some small chances of rain and snow. There's both of these systems that are coming in. We have two chances, are moving fairly fast, so I don't expect a lot of accumulation from this, if any. But right now, it looks like Saturday, as we go into the afternoon and evening, we could see some rain changing to snow. And then again Sunday, during the daytime hours, we could see a fast-moving little round of light snow. So those things are what we're watching for the weekend. When we have more on the exact timing of that, we'll be sure to keep updating you. But right now, it's that cold air you're really going to notice by Sunday afternoon.
All right. Thank you very much, Sharon.
Alrighty.
Child development experts are calling on Facebook to get rid of a messaging app for young kids.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you why Facebook launched it and why some experts are against it.
Child development experts are urging Facebook to pull the plug on its new messaging app for kids under 13.
A group letter sent to Facebook's founder argues that younger kids aren't ready to have social media accounts. Facebook launched the free Messenger Kids app in December. It's marketed as a way for young children to chat with family and friends with oversight. The social media company says they consulted with parenting experts. MoDOT is talking with those who live in Camden County tonight about possible safety improvements on Highway 54. Staff is presenting a project designed to increase safety at intersections on Highway 54 from Cecil Street in Camdenton to Route KK in Osage Beach. It will also add J-turns and guard cables along the highway's median. The meeting got underway about an hour ago at the Osage Beach City Hall.
The University of Missouri is sending off its provost as she prepares to take on a new role. MU held a farewell reception for Garnett Stokes this afternoon. Her last day with the university is tomorrow. Stokes announced back in November she would take over as president at the University of New Mexico. Right now, Jim Spain is serving as interim provost from Mizzou. The university hopes to fill the position by May. Coming up new at 6 tonight, we'll show you how comments from a student in Jefferson City spread into a threat on social media. Find out how police responded. Coming up at 6 on ABC 17. Well, it's going to be back to the Arctic air.
I know. We get so excited when you get these spring temperatures, then all of a sudden we're back to the
Remind you that it's late January still.
I tell you, February can always be tricky out there. And tonight, though, we are seeing temperatures climb a little bit because of a south wind. So we will have the gusty winds early in the night, and then those will start to come down toward morning. And temperatures hold steady at 36 and then go up a little bit toward morning. So we are looking at a pretty cold, chilly night out there tonight because of that wind. And then tomorrow, the morning commute, temperatures will quickly be climbing, but we'll have some clouds around. So temperatures climb to the 50s tomorrow, the warmest day this week, at least since Monday. And we are going to see those mild temperatures in the 50s tomorrow. Not bad, huh? Nice end of January. February's a different story. It's looking colder. And you can see that by the end of the week, we're back into those 30s for highs, and 13 Thursday night. If you think that's cold, look at Sunday night, down to 10 degrees. So
It's going to chill when you said that.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
sure.
Everyone, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.